Hello everyone. Have you ever heard of Awayne National Forest? If you said no to that question, then that will be very normal, because Awayne National Forest, why would you go there? There's no reason to go there, but you're about to learn a lot about it, so welcome to Awayne, everyone. Here's our trail map. We're going to go on a little hike today. First of all, we got some forest facts, then we got some warnings. Then we have some more forest facts, because you can never have enough forest facts. And finally, we're going to answer the question that everyone is asking. Who is Wayne? Who is Wayne? I have three primary information sources for this slideshow. Number one, Wikipedia. Shout out Wikipedia. Number two is the Awayne National Forest website, a wealth of information. And the third is my own limited personal experience, which, I went there for a few days, and that's all we know. So, we also have a song map in addition to the trail map. The first song you are listening to right now in the background is called Haunted Anarchy Bolo. You can also hear some sounds. There might be some rain, there might be some walking in the woods, there might be some bugs. Those were all recorded in the Awayne National Forest, kind of to give you, a taste of what's going on there. So, Awayne National Forest, kind of an overview. It's a very fragmented forest. It is 244,265 acres of Appalachian foothills on the Ohio and West Virginia border, because the coolest parts of Ohio are on the border of Ohio. This is the only national forest in Ohio. There's nothing else in the whole state. And to top it all off, this is a very highly fragmented forest. There are 3 units, as you can see on the Plains, Athens, Marietta, and Ironton units, spread across 12 counties. There's a lot of roads, it's pockmarked by private land, and it's really hard to tell where the forest starts and where the forest ends. Not the best forest out there, that's for sure. So, the next song on our song map is Pad Thai's Cousin. This one features my sister's roommate, Jay, who's also a dear friend of mine. You're going to hear him tinkle your ears with the trumpet soon. So, next we have warnings. These are the things you're going to have to look out for if you're going to the Awayne National Forest. Because, despite the fact that it's in rural Ohio, there's still things that you got to look out for. First of all, you have to look out for the black bears. Why? Because a bear can smell food from a mile or more. Although they eat meat, they're most herbivore. Lift up your meals and your trash from the floor so you don't have a bear come a knock on your door. Look out for black bears, folks. But you know who likes to kill black bears is hunters. You gotta look out for the hunters as well, because you have a social obligation to wear blaze orange during hunting season so that you don't disturb them during their hunt and make it so that they accidentally shoot you. Or in theory they're not supposed to shoot you, right? Like, you're supposed to see that it's a human walking through the woods. But, if you're a little bit antsy, you're like, whoa! You also have a health incentive to wear blaze orange during hunting season, as I just described, because you don't want to get shot. When I was there, I didn't see a single hunter, but you still got to look out for it, because people might actually go here. But the third thing, more dangerous than black bears and hunters combined, is the ticks. So, ticks can carry Lyme disease or other gnarly diseases, such as Rocky Mountain spotted fever, which is not something I looked up nor wanted to look up, but you can look it up if you're really curious. Ticks can live for 2 years without food, which is a disgusting length of time. It's like they just sit there and they just wait for you for 2 years. And then once they get some food, the females, they lay 4,000 to 6,000 eggs at a time, which is a gross amount of eggs. And to top it all off, ticks are worse after mild winters. So some of these winters might start to get more mild as things keep heating up, and then maybe there'll be just even more ticks. The final thing you really have to look out for in Awayne National Forest is the social interaction. Do you have a social obligation to interact with other humans? In Awayne National Forest, you might, because there's not very many people around, so you might have to do like the Midwestern wave type thing. What if you don't really want to communicate with anyone? These are questions that you're going to have to ask yourself if you go to Awayne. So, if you can hear in the background, we have crossed into the third song of our 4-song song map. This one is named Wayne. However, we don't get to figure out who Wayne is quite yet. We got some more forest facts on the way, folks. There are 3 administrative units of the Awayne National Forest. As I said earlier, there's the Athens unit, the Ironton unit, and the Marietta unit. And on this map, you can see where the forest actually is. It's not the whole border that we saw earlier in the presentation, it's those little dark green squares. Those are the chunks. That's the highly fragmented forest that I was talking about. The bigger area is like the proclamation boundary, so it's the area that the forest could eventually grow to, but there's people and cities and towns and all those sort of stuff all through there. A highly fragmented forest. The place that I went to was in the Marietta unit, and it was the Kinderhook Horse Trail. So you can see on the map there, that's a Google Maps screenshot with some text over the top. That's the Kinderhook Horse Trail, and it goes up all in those mountains. You can also see it is very close to the Ohio-West Virginia border. There are 2 official camping spots. at the Kinderhook Horse Trail, and they have a 14-day camping limit. That's a long time, you know? Like, that's a long time to stay in one place. The pit toilet there was relatively clean. Always nice to have a toilet. The locals came and used it, which was a little bit weird, but I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. It was walking distance from the river, which was not very pretty. There are tall hills and extremely long trails, which were definitely meant for horses, because it's a horse trail. It was like a 7-mile trail was the horse trail, all through the mountains and stuff. There were some cool streams, and it was very nice in the fall when I was there, and we didn't see a single horse. So now it is time for the final song on the song map. This one is called Driving Awayne, and that means that we get to answer the question that everyone is asking: who is Wayne? Wayne was General Anthony Wayne. He lived from 1745 to 1796. What a great time to be alive. He was born in Pennsylvania, which is, I guess, pretty close to Ohio, yeah, sure. And he failed to get a degree at his uncle's private academy, setting off a great tone for his life. Then he was an American Revolutionary War officer because, you know, he was alive during that time. He was, you know, okay as an officer. He had varying degrees of success and failure. He did get a cool nickname, though. They called him Mad Anthony Wayne. Not because he was crazy mad, because he was angry. He got in some military drama with his second-in-command, which we'll get to later, and also he got shot in the leg by the enemy, and the musket ball was never removed. It was just in his leg for the rest of his life, which is gnarly, isn't it? He was awarded 2 plantations for his service. What a great prize. And he also cheated on his wife a lot. We are really painting a great picture of the man, aren't we? So who is Wayne? He was a terrible business person. He owned slaves. He spent too much time socializing in Savannah, Georgia. And then he had to sell his plantations to settle his debts. He might have committed electoral fraud in Georgia because he got elected there, but he wasn't a citizen. It's kind of weird how that happened. We're not really sure. And then he might have been assassinated by his second-in-command because he was exhibiting, like, the food poisoning type thing. He might have been poisoned, but we're not really sure because he had all that military drama. I'm not sure if the guy in the picture is his second-in-command, but that might have been the two of them right there. The coolest part about Anthony Wayne is that he's the namesake of the Wayne part of Batman's alias. Bruce Wayne? Yeah, like, the Wayne part was named after this Wayne. So I thought that's, like, actually one cool kind of fun fact that you could potentially share with people. And if you can hear in the background, that is the end of our music. From Wayne to you. Thanks for listening. I hope you learned a little bit about Wayne. You might not want to go. I don't know if I can recommend it, but if you do go, let me know, because that would be pretty cool.